Hello everyone. Today I'm doing the Korean spicy noodles again. This is the Buldak 2x spicy and the Daebak Ghost Pepper noodle. The reason I'm doing it again is in my first video, I'll put the card up here, I wanted to compare them side by side, compare flavor and heat level, and in that video I was able to figure out pretty clearly that I preferred the flavor of this one. But being that I was eating them side by side, one bite of this, one bite of that, it was hard to gauge which one was actually spicier than the other one. So today I'm going to do it a little differently. It's the same two noodles. I'm going to eat this one first. Once I'm done eating, I'm going to give it a good 15-20 minutes, let my mouth completely reset, let my palate reset, heat level's gone, and then after that I'll make and eat this one so I can have a more accurate gauge of which one is actually spicier. But hands down, flavor wise, this one's my preference, but today we'll see if we can figure out which one's spicier. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one cooked and I'll be right back. All right, noodles are cooked up and water drained out, so I'm gonna put the sauce in now. And so these are seasoned with actual ghost peppers, where the Buldak is spiced up with chili extract or pepper extract. So I was actually surprised in the last video that I like the flavor on this one better, because I generally don't like extract based sauces. And if you taste the sauce from the package straight from there, you definitely get a little bit of that bitter, chemically metallic taste that you get from heavy extract based sauces. So I thought I wouldn't like it, but when you mix it with the noodles, it was actually quite delicious. So flavor on this one was good as well. I think what really made this one stand out more than this one, flavor-wise, was the noodles themselves. The texture of the noodles was much better in that one. So these you can see it's black noodles, very thin. Typical of any kind of cup of noodle, like the Nissin, like chicken flavored cup of noodles. These are black, but very similar consistency and mouthfeel to those noodles. Where this is more like a traditional packet ramen, like Shin ramen or something like that. The flavor of the sauce is actually pretty good. Really, it's just the quality of the noodles, where I really like that one. This one has a strong sesame oil flavor, so if you like the taste of toasted sesame oil, you'll probably like this. They're both pretty good. They're both worth trying. Though I like that one, slight preference to that one, I would still continue to buy and eat this one. They're both pretty good and both worth a shot. And I'll leave links to purchase them down below. All right, it's mixed up pretty well there. See the color, it's black and with like a tinge of red from the sauce. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's got good flavor. Like I said, really taste the sesame oil. You taste like the chicken flavor for sure. And if you're familiar with ghost peppers and you've had other ghost pepper products, you know that the heat on the ghost pepper doesn't hit you right away. It's not like a Carolina Reaper or like the extract sauces where the second it touches your tongue, it lights you up. First couple of bites on this, you're like, oh, it's not really that spicy. As you have your third bite, your fourth bite, and it's kind of had time to build, that's when you really start to feel it. So right now, first two bites, like I said, was like, oh, not too spicy. And I think that might be the reason why in the first video I thought this one was much spicier. When I first had the bite of this one, it didn't seem that spicy, but it does continue to build and build and build. Yeah, it really is quite delicious. I do really enjoy this one as well. So he's continuing to build. So right now I'm probably at 4 or 5. It's building. It's starting to build more and more faster now. More my lips than my tongue or my mouth. Don't feel anything in my throat yet. Because when you're eating saucy noodles like this, you're definitely going to get it on your lips, so just be prepared for that. So right now, as my lips are burning the most, followed by my tongue. Probably still around a 5, on its way to a 6. Starting to get a little sweat on my forehead. That's it. So, maybe still building a little. My lips are definitely still building, but I feel a little bit in the back of my throat now. Nose is starting to run a little. Sweat's continuing. I feel like it's kind of plateaued at about a 6 for me. So 6 for me. Totally bearable. You see the symptoms of it, you know, the sweat, the snot and all that. But still a very nice, comfortable warmth, not tempted to find relief, grab milk or yogurt or anything like that. This is a nice, pleasant burn right now. Yeah, it's not going up anymore. It's kind of plateaued there. So let's call that a 6 for the ghost pepper noodle. And yep, that's it. It's at a steady 6. All right, so I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes, however long it takes for this heat to come down and for me to cook this one, and I'll be back and see which one's hotter. See you in a few. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes since I finished this one. Completely back to 0 now. Finished cooking the noodles. Get these sauced up. And so it's hard to tell which one's spicier by looking at the Scoville ratings. On the website from these guys, Buldak, they rate this noodle at 8,800 Scoville heat units, which really doesn't sound like that much, but based on my last experience with it, as well as a lot of people online on Reddit or whatever, it feels much hotter than 8,800. And then on this noodle, it doesn't give a Scoville heat unit rating for the dish, the noodles with the sauce. All it has is it lists what the Scoville rating for ghost peppers are, so it's listed as 1,000,000, but guaranteed the noodles and the sauce is not 1,000,000 Scovilles. It's just they're referencing the ghost pepper itself can be 1,000,000 Scovilles. So not really clear based on that which one would be hotter. I know a lot of people buy this thinking this is 1,000,000 Scovilles. It's definitely not. And again, anyone I've read or know that's eaten this one would agree that it's much hotter than, feels much hotter than 8,800. Maybe with the, what do they call it, the HPCL, whatever test they use to test Scovilles, maybe it comes up 8,800, but for whatever reason, whether it's because it's oil-based or who knows, it feels much hotter than that. And I'll have a more accurate idea this time as well, because I'm not eating them side by side. I'm kind of palate's fully reset now, so I can judge each of them on their own. Let's get this little seasoning packet on there, and we'll dig right in. So that's just some white sesame seeds and shredded nori or dry seaweed. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty delicious. You don't taste the extract at all once it's in the noodles. Like I mentioned earlier, if you kind of taste this sauce by itself, definitely has that little bit of metallic taste. Basically tastes like you taste the Korean peppers. If you know what gochujang tastes like or gochugaru tastes like, that plus extract is exactly what you would think that tastes like. Plus some other seasonings that like the chicken powder, like the chicken stock powder, stuff like that. But it is quite savory, umami, spicy, salty for kind of like junk food. It's pretty good. And again, the quality of the noodles is just much better with these. I don't know that I like the flavor of this sauce better, but the overall experience, because the noodles on this are so much better, this is definitely the winner for me. But they both taste really good. I just wish the noodles were a little better on this one. But these noodles are great. It's got like a nice bite to it. You know what? Right now, this feels like it's about 8,000 or 9,000 Scoville heat units. Oh, it's strange. Last time it felt much hotter. Maybe it was the combination, because I was eating them side by side and they're just building on top of each other. But doesn't even really feel like it's building all that much. It's strange. I was really expecting a lot more heat based on last time. I guess it really made a big difference, and it makes sense. I was eating them side by side. But what I was feeling last time was much hotter than what it felt like just eating this. And this doesn't feel as hot as this one did right now. So it must have just been the combination. Yeah, so I'm sweating a little bit, but nose isn't even really running. Lips are definitely on fire. It's from the sauce sitting on it, but mouth, throat, not as hot as that. I'm surprised, actually. That was about as hot as I remembered it, what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be much hotter because of how high I got up last time. Last time I was probably at an 8 eating the two of them. It's building a little, but not a whole lot. I already finished the whole bowl. I'd say this is probably like a 5, or that's a 6. And so it really was the combination of the two that got me to an 8 last time. But I think between these two, I would say this is a 6 on the heat, and this one is a 5. Both delicious, both worth trying. My preference is for this one, just because the noodle quality is so much better. But if you like spicy noodles, absolutely try both of them. They're both great. All right. If you have any questions, or if you've tried both of them and you agree or disagree, would love to hear what you think. Please drop it in the comments below. And thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Have a great night.